Hey guys, welcome to Protocoders Point. So this is the second part of our Flutter tutorial on Dart Stream. In our first part, we have covered the basic things about Stream in Flutter. So if you have not watched that tutorial, you can go check out the link in the description or check the I button over here. So in this tutorial, we are going to build an app that can fetch the data from an API of a cryptocurrency price. As you can see over here, there is a text that shows the Bitcoin name, a logo, and the price, the current price of a Bitcoin. And this value will get changed every second whenever there is a changes in the price. So if you observe now, so let's wait. So you saw that the price got changed automatically. Okay, so let's learn how to build it by making use of Stream in Flutter. So let's go to our Android Studio to build it. So I'm going to make use of a same Flutter project that I have made use in my previous tutorial, that is first part on the basics of Flutter Stream. Okay, so here I have made use of a counter app. So I will just remove the code, existing code. Okay, so for now this simply calls a home page, and for now it simply has an empty container. Okay, so before we start, let me show you a API response. So I'm making use of a API, free API that responds a currency value, cryptocurrency value. So you can see I'm just requesting a Dogecoin price. So this is the data I received from this API. So from this I'm going to make use of name, the logo of cryptocurrency, and the price. Okay, so this is the API that I'm going to make use of. Okay, so let's go to our Android Studio back. Okay, so as we are going to make internet calls to get the data, we must add a dependency in our specification.yaml file. Over here you need to add two dependencies. The first thing is the HTTP to make internet calls to get the data, and the second thing is the image, SVG images support for Flutter. So these two dependency you need to add and just hit this pubget button. Okay, so as you know, we are going to make use of this JSON data. So we need a data model to use these parameters, that is name, logo, and the price. So let's create a data model class. Okay, so here I have created three data types, that is name, image, and price. As you can see over here, as we are going to fetch name, logo, and the price. Okay, so here we need to create a constructor, that is JSON serialization. So I will just copy paste the code just to save the time. So here what we are going to do is we are converting a JSON data to an object by making use of this constructor. Okay, and this is the method that converts an object to a JSON format. Okay, so here you must make sure that you are going to make use of the same key that is in your API. So this is the key and this is the data. So I'm going to make use of name, logo. So if you observe name, logo, URL, and the price. So this should be exactly same as your API responses. Okay, so after adding that, let's go to main.dart page to create our app. So first of all, let's import the package that we need. Okay, so after importing this, just go to home page over here. Let's create a stream controller, and which will be of type data model, that accepts data model. Okay, let's give a name to this instance, stream controller. Okay, then we also need to dispose this stream controller when not in use. So let's create it. So generate overriding method destructor dispose. So inside here we need to dispose the stream.close. Whenever the app gets closed by the user, the stream will get automatically destroyed. Okay, then initiate state, here we need to call a method. So let's create a method over here. So inside this method we need to make a call to our API. So let's create a variable URL is equal to URL phrase, and here you need to paste your URL API link. So let me copy the URL. So I'm just copying it and pasting it over here. So here I'm just replacing it with Bitcoin, BTC. So by making use of BTC, it will just get the data of Bitcoin. Okay, so our URL is ready. Okay, so now we need to store the response of this URL. So for that, final response is equal to await http dot get the URL. Here you need to pass the URL. Okay, so about this response will be stored in our response data type. So this whole string will be stored in our response data type. Okay, and after that we just need the first data from this string, that is this data we need, this only till here. So for that we are going to make use of final data body is equal to json.decode, and inside here response.body we need only first part. So for that, first. Okay, so make it final. So now we have a response body in this data type. So we need to pass this data to our data model. So let's do it. So for that, data model is equal to new data model from JSON, and over here you need to pass the data body to our constructor. So our data model constructor, we are calling this method. Okay, so now we have our data in this data model. Okay, so now we need to store this data in our stream controller by making use of stream controller dot sync dot add, and here we need to pass the data model. Okay, so now what is happening over here is whenever the data is being fetched from this URL, we are going to store the data in our stream controller by making use of sync.add data model. Okay, so now we need to call this method every 2 or 3 seconds. So let's create a timer over here, timer.periodic, set a duration seconds. So after every 3 seconds we will call this method to get the latest cryptocurrency price. Okay, so here we will just call this cryptocurrency price method. After every 3 seconds we are calling this method to get the latest price of our cryptocurrency, and we are getting the price and we are storing the data in this stream controller. Okay, so now let's work with the UI part. So let me create a custom widget builder. So widget builder build coin widget. So I'm just giving a random name. So this widget accepts a data, that is data model. Okay, so here we are going to return our widget. So our widget is center widget, children column widget, and let's bring the widget at the center of our screen. Main axis alignment, center, children tag. So inside children tag we need 3 datas, that is name, the image, and the price of a cryptocurrency. So let's create a text widget first of all. So over here we are going to show the cryptocurrency. Then we need a SVG image from the network, svg.network, image URL. Let's give a size to this SVG image. So let me make it 150 and height of 150. Okay, and we also need the price to be displayed. So for that, text widget, and for the price we will just show the price over here. Let's give a style, text style, font size 20, font weight dot bold. Okay, so I have just kept this empty, so let me use it afterwards. So first of all, over here container, so let's replace it with a scaffold widget, and inside scaffold widget we will make use of a body tag, and in a body tag we will make use of a center widget to bring all the widgets at the center of our screen, and here we will make use of a stream builder to get the data that is been built. So here first of all you need to attach our stream controller dot stream, and then let's build the widget, build widget, context, snap data, build the widget. And to build the widget, first of all we must check if the data is null. Okay, so I'll just remove this, and we'll make use of a switch, and let's get the data, snap data dot connection state case connection type. If connection type is waiting, then let's show a progress bar, a circular progress bar, center widget, child, circular progress indicator, if it is fetching the data from the server. And once the data is available, we will make use of a default, and over here we will check if snap data dot has error. So if it has an error, we will show a text widget to the user showing we have an error in fetching the data. So for that, return text widget, please wait. Okay, and if there is no error, then let's show the result. So for that, return, we will just call our custom widget, and inside this custom widget we need to pass the data, that is snap data dot add null label. Okay, sorry, I forgot to add a data type to this stream builder. So our data type is a data model. Okay, so now we get the data snapshot to this widget, and now we can make use of this to show the data. So for that, data model dot name, cover bracket, data model dot name. So let's give the size to this text widget, font size, let's give 25. Okay, and the image URL, the same thing, data model dot image, and for the price, data model dot price. Okay, so now if I refresh the app, so let's check if it is working or no. Okay, so app got restarted, so let's check it. So you can see there is the data that is been fetched from the API, and this currency price keeps on changing every 2 seconds. Whenever there is a change in the cryptocurrency in real time, so this value will get changed. So let me show you how to fetch a Dogecoin price. So for that, in the URL I will just make a changes, DOGE, doggy. So I will just hot refresh. So now you can see it got changed to Dogecoin, and the Dogecoin value is being shown to the user. So let me add a dollar symbol over here. So for that, here /$, hot refresh, and the dollar symbol is there, and the currency is getting updated every 3 seconds, as we are calling the API every 3 seconds. Okay, so that's all for this video tutorial. Hope you got the concept of how to fetch a data by making use of stream controller. Thanks for watching. Please do subscribe Protocol Coders Point. Thank you.